Hello, my dear students. We are going to learn about a new topic from our NCERT class 11 biology textbook, that is regarding slime molds. So, from the page number 21. So, here I would like to first read the paragraph which is given by NCERT. Slime molds are saprophytic protists. The body moves along decaying twigs and leaves, engulfing organic material. Under suitable conditions, they form an aggregation called plasmodium, which may grow and spread over several feet. During unfavorable conditions, the plasmodium differentiates and forms fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. The spores possess true walls. They are extremely resistant and survive for many years. Even under adverse conditions, the spores are dispersed by air currents. This topic, point by point, we have to discuss. First of all, the taxonomic position of slime molds. They belong to the kingdom Protista and division Myxomycota. First thing is Protista. Protista, actually the literal meaning, the meaning of the word Protista is the very first. The very first organisms or the very first organisms or animals, or in the biological sense they are unicellular eukaryotes. As we know, uni means single, unicellular means single celled. Eukaryotes, again U means true, karyon means nucleus. Single celled organisms with a true nucleus, they are included in the kingdom Protista. Next thing is Myxomycota. This is again made of two important words. One is myxo. Myxa, this word comes from myxa or mucus. Mucus means a slimy substance, gelatinous substance, or slippery liquid. So the word itself indicates slime. Mycota, here this word is from myces, that means fungus. Fungus means mushroom. So mushroom like organisms. So Myxomycota means slime molds. Myxa means slime or mucus or gelatinous substance or slippery substance or gummy substance. So mycota means fungus. So Myxomycota means slime molds. In the older sense, they are fungi-like organisms, but in the new classification, they are neither plants nor animals nor even fungi. They belong to Protista. So next here first we have learned two important words, Protista and Myxomycota. Protista means unicellular eukaryotes. Myxomycota means slime molds. So next important sentence is slime molds are saprophytic protists. So here what is meant by slime? Slime is one word, molds, saprophytic protist. 5 words are there in this sentence. First word is a slime. Slime means a thick, slippery liquid. So these are the, in this picture you can see slime molds. So these are the fungi-like organisms which are slippery in their physical state. Next word is molds. Molds means fungus or fungi. Next important word is sapro. Sapro means putrid or decaying or decomposing matter. Sapro means putrid, decaying or decomposing matter. So like this, any organic matter, if it is under decomposition, we call it as a saprous. Phytic, the word comes from phyton. Phyton means plant. So saprophytic means organisms which eat, which depend on a dead and decaying organic matter. Saprophytes means organisms which depend on a dead and decaying organic matter. In the older terminology here, they are plants, but in the new sense, according to the new scientist and biological opinion, they are not plants, but they are some kind of organisms which depend on dead and decaying organic matter. Next word here is protist. As we have already discussed, protist means unicellular eukaryotes. That means cells with a true nucleus, which is surrounded by nuclear membrane, which has nucleolus, chromatin, reticulum. This kind of cells are called eukaryotic cells. So in this sentence, slime molds are saprophytic protists. We have understood four important words: slime, molds, saprophytic, and protist. So these are the organisms which unicellular eukaryotes which depend on dead and decaying organic matter. So next thing is the body moves along decaying twigs and leaves engulfing organic material. That means the body of the slime molds, they are moving along decaying twigs and leaves, which consists of organic material for the sake of feeding them. So here the important words are decaying, twigs, engulfing, organic. What is meant by decaying? Decaying means decomposing, putrefying organic matter. Twigs means small thin branches, like these small thin branches which are drying, decaying. They feed on this kind of material. Engulfing means covering. That means twigs which are covering organic material. Organic means natural. That means slime molds move along decaying twigs, decomposing small branches and leaves, covered by, surrounded by organic material or natural substances. So that's why they are called saprophytes. Next important sentence here is, under suitable conditions, they form an aggregation called plasmodium, which may grow and spread over several feet. In this sentence, two important words are there: aggregation and plasmodium. So what is meant by aggregation? Aggregation means combination or group. What will happen means, here singular cells. Eukaryote means unicellular organisms with true nucleus. Here whenever they want to get sufficient food in the surroundings, all the single celled organisms, they aggregate, they combine together to form a super cell, that is called plasmodium. Plasmodium, another this is the name of a genus among the protozoans, that is the one which causes malaria. Malarial parasite is also called plasmodium. And here the word plasmodium, the word comes from plasma. Here a plasma of different cells, they combine together to form a super cell with many nuclei. This condition is called cynocytic condition or plasmodium. Plasmodium is nothing but an aggregation or combination of many cells to form a single protoplasm or cytoplasm with many nuclei, acting like one organism or one supercell. This is also called as acellular organism, organism without cell. That means not one nucleus is not, that's why we don't consider it as a unit cell. So next thing, important sentence we are going to see here, under suitable conditions they form an aggregation called plasmodium, which may grow and spread over several. That means when lot of organic material is there on the surface, all the cells they gather, they become one, and so that they can feed upon this organic material. So next sentence is during unfavorable conditions. During favorable conditions, it forms plasmodium. During unfavorable conditions, the plasmodium differentiates and forms fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. Unfavorable conditions means bad weather conditions or scarcity of water, scarcity of organic material, natural substances, scarcity of decomposing substances. During those conditions, plasmodium will differentiate into fruiting bodies. Fruit, we know, fruit means anything which consists of seeds. So here fruiting bodies, in the case of plasmodium or in the case of slime molds, these fruiting bodies are called sporangia. They look like this. Sporangia look like this. Sporangia. In these structures, a minute asexual cells are formed. We call them as spores. So here spores will be formed. A single spore means a single cell for asexual reproduction. Just like in higher plants, they produce seeds for propagation. In lower plants or lower organisms, spores are produced. They are perennating cells or cells which will propagate into a new plasmodium or new slime molds. So spores are like this single-celled uh, structures. So in this sentence we have understood that during unfavorable conditions, sporangia are formed. In sporangia, spores will be formed. Next, the spores possess true walls like this. The spores are surrounded by cellulose cell walls. Whereas in the case of plasmodium, there is no any cell wall, only plasma membrane is there. It looks like an amoeba. It can easily move on the surface of soil. But here spores, in this stage, cellulose cell walls, or true cell walls will be formed. Very important point. Next thing is they are extremely resistant and survive for many years even under adverse conditions. They mean spores. Spores are very strong. They have cell wall. So it consists of cellulose. They are very strong, very tough, very rigid, and resist means even during unfavorable, even during high temperature conditions, high humidity conditions, even hotter conditions, they can survive, and they will germinate after the falling, after receiving water or after observing water, after rainfall. Whenever there is a lot of organic material on the soil, they will start germinating and producing new slime molds. So the spores are dispersed by air currents, because when wind blows very fast, no, spores will distribute all around the forest soil like this. So some slime molds we can see here in this picture. In this see, you can see these are the slides which show the plasmodium, sporangia, and spores of sporangia of slime molds. So in this we have learned different things, different important words like Protista, Myxomycota, slime molds, saprophyte, Protista, next decaying or decomposing, twigs, engulfing, organic, aggregation, plasmodium, unfavorable conditions, fruiting bodies, spores, sporangia, spores with the true walls, next how they will germinate, how they will be dispersed. Okay ma, thank you for watching this video. Any doubt you can express in the comment box below.